is my audience, the fourth person and the fifth person. Do you love crabs but choose to only purchase crab legs due to the fact that they are much easier to open? I am here to demonstrate how to open a full Maryland medium-sized crab the correct way so that everyone else can enjoy them as much as I do all summer long. Crabs are the Maryland state crustacean, rightfully so. They are very bountiful in Maryland, of course, as well as they are considered to be called the beautiful savory swimmer. And there is a particular way to open it, as well as there are certain parts that need to be discarded once you do open it. Blue crabs are found along the Atlantic coast and are very bountiful in Maryland, and the males tend to live in Virginia because it is fresher water, and the females tend to live more along in the Maryland bayside due to the fact that it is saltier water for them, and that's where they would prefer to be. As stated by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the Latin name is called Calanectus sepidus, and that stands for beautiful savory swimmer, as I had mentioned earlier. There are two main parts that need to be discarded once you do open the crab, and that is on the sides is the crab's lungs that need to be discarded, and there's also something called the mustard that is the hepatopancreas, and that's what filters the crab's blood throughout the body, and that was stated by the Chesapeake Quarterly. The mustard is called mustard because of the fact that the color of it is yellow. It's sometimes green and sometimes it is also white. An article by Daniel Gritzer states, "What grows over time with this kind of tedious eating is a love for the process." I'm going to begin breaking into the crab now. On the crab, you can first see this is the front of it, and this is a medium size. This is typically this. They could be small, medium, large, or jumbo crabs. On this side is the apron. Females tend to have a larger base here on the apron, and the males tend to have a skinnier base. I'm first going to start by prying this open, and I'm going to crack off the shell now. We're going to put it this way. There's a little bit of the mustard in here, and then there's also a little bit of the mustard in here. You can't quite see it yet because it's a little bit covered. The lungs are on the side. You're going to get messy, by the way, so expect that. I'm going to first take out the lungs and set them aside. Most of them are out at this time. And I'm going to take a napkin and I'm going to wipe out the center where the mustard is. You can tell that it's a little bit greenish, yellow, and white in here. And I'm going to continue to break off the shell a little bit more here. And scoop out a little bit more in the inside. All right. Next, I'm going to break off each leg individually by twisting them. As you can see here, there's a little bit of meat that comes off, so you can just put it on the side. We'll get to the legs afterwards. Next is the body. You're going to break this in half. Maybe. And then you're going to pull up the shells so that you can start picking the meat out in the center. And I'm going to just do this briefly. And you can put it in your jar. You can eat it as you go. Some people dip it in butter. Some people dip it in Old Bay. Whatever you choose. I've seen many crabs that have a lot more meat, and I've also seen crabs that don't have as much meat. And it's definitely tedious, as stated by Daniel Gritzer, as mentioned earlier. Next, I'm going to do one of the legs here. I'm going to crack it open. That piece came out super easy, so I'm just going to put that right there. And next I'm going to do a claw. This part came out easy, and I just cracked it like that. Next I'm going to use the nutcrackers. and there's a big chunk of meat there. So by the end of this, I hope to have helped everyone know where the different crabs are located, as well as to clarify what not to ingest, and I hope to have shown the easiest way to eat crabs to enjoy them all summer long. Thank you.